We're going to learn about EE having the long E sound and AI having the long A sound. EE has the long E sound of E. E. C. Fee. B-E. B. Eel. Keen. Keen. Meat. Real. Seam. Deed. Deed. Ear. Peer. Eek. Peak. E. Tree. Eek. Week. AI has the long A sound. A. Aid. Aid. Laid. Aid. Paid. Ale. Bail. Fail. Sail. Vein. Nail. Raid. Ale. Tail. Ale. Pale. Ain. Pain. Rain. There are a few important exceptions. These words have the short E sound. So this word is not been in American English, it's been. Like, I had been swimming when a storm began. This is not said, it is said with a short E sound. Said. This word is again. This AI has the short E sound, and this A does a sound that we call a schwa. Instead of being a short A sound of A or a long A sound of A, it becomes more like a muffled sound. Again. And this word is against. You can see the word again inside the word against. There are two more exceptions that aren't quite as important. This word is aisle with a long I sound. And this is plaid with a short A sound. Let's practice with some sentences. I had seen 3 bees. We cover S having the second sound of Z in level 3, lesson 10. In the trees. I had seen 3 bees in the trees. I said, notice this is one of the few words where AI has the short E sound of eh. The deer got up and ran off again. Gail said, I can feel a shark again. SH having the sh sound is covered in level 2, lesson 7, and AR saying R is covered in level 3, lesson 7. I said I set sail on the ship next week. If you need more practice with these sounds, I suggest you download Word Mastery for free at Don Potter's website and work on pages 57 and 59. We're going to learn about words ending in VE or the suffix of IVE and when silent E doesn't make the vowel have its long sound. First, we will start with the normal silent E, making the vowel 2 letters before it have its long sound. K, ave, cave, ave, pave, 5, I've, hive, rave, save. Now, if we have a word ending in E and there are 2 letters between the E and a vowel, then the vowel does not change to its long sound. So right here we have an E and we have 2 letters after the A before the E, so the A does not take its long sound. Right here we have AR, which as we learned in level 3, lesson 7, says R. So arv, carve. So if the E doesn't change the vowel sound, why is it there? English words do not end in the letter V. So sometimes when you have a word where the last sound is the V sound, there will be an E there that doesn't actually do anything except keep it from ending in V. Here we have ER, which as we learned in level 2, lesson 9, says So serve. UR also says erv, curve. Solve, elv, 12. Arv, starve. Now, sometimes we have words ending in VE where the vowel is only 2 letters before the E, but the vowel keeps its short sound. So in these words here, we are going to have a short sound instead of a long sound, even though there was only 1 letter between the vowel and the E. So in these words, the E is there just to keep the word from ending in V. Iv, give, have. Now this word here can be pronounced 2 different ways. You can have the verb live with a short I, and you can also have the word live, where the E makes the I have its long sound. So you may have to read a word out loud both ways in context to see which word makes sense. And here we have active. Let's practice with some sentences. I have a pet cat. His, we learned in level 3, lesson 10, the S can take the Z sound. His name is Mr. Capital M, R period, is an abbreviation for the word Mr. Mr. Active. He is black and tan. I have a pet cat. His name is Mr. Active. He is black and tan. Now let's try this word both ways. Let's try first with the E making the I have its long sound. Live. I live. Well, that doesn't make sense. So let's try it the other way. I live. That makes sense. In a place. Here we have an E. Make the C take its soft sound of S, which we covered in level 3, lesson 3. With. TH has 2 sounds, Th and Th, which we covered in level 2, lesson 8. Here we use the voice Th sound. A lot of rain. Oh, I don't think we've covered this word yet in this program. Sometimes the letter O has the schwa sound of and sometimes an F has a V sound. So this is one of the words that you could call a sight word, of. I live in a place with a lot of rain. Now, the rest of this lesson is optional, especially for younger students. So right here, we have the IVE suffix. This can be found at the end of long words. Most of the words that end in this suffix, not all, but most of them are going to be 8 or more letters long. So if you have a long English word and it ends in IVE, it is most likely going to sound like IV with the short I sound and the E being there just to keep the word from ending in V. Now, what does the IV suffix mean? The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines IV as that performs or tends toward an indicated action. And I will explain that in a minute. So right here we have the root word act. We add the suffix IV to get the word active. So active would mean someone who tends to act. Here we add the prefix in, inactive. The prefix in means not, so inactive would be someone who tends not to perform an act. Here we have adoptive. Now, I would like to point out that generally English words that start with the letter A tend to take on a muffled schwa sound of So you could pronounce it with the short A, adopt, but that sound tends to disappear and become more like a short U sound of So adoptive. So that would be somebody who tends to adopt. Adaptive, somebody who tends to adapt. We're going to learn about the sounds of EA and EAR. EA has two main sounds. The first sound is the long E sound, and it is used about 2/3 of the time. So when you see an EA, the first sound you should try is the E. 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 The next sound you should try is the short E sound, which has the sound of eh. It is used about 1/3 of the time. Eh. 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 Let's practice both sounds. E, eh. E, eh. E, eh. Let's practice some words with the long E sound. Eat. P, E, P. See. Seat. Meat. T, E, T. Ear. B, een. Bean. G, ear. Gear. H, ear. Here. T, eam. Team. Leap. Mean. Eat. Heat. Fear. CH most of the time says ch. That's covered in this lesson. Each. Heel. Let's practice some words with the short E sound. Ed, head. D, F, deaf. Heavy. Y at the end of a word usually has the long E sound. See this lesson. Red E, ready. D, F, death. TH has two sounds, and this word has the first sound of f. That's covered in Level 2, Lesson 8. Ent, meant. Breath, breath. Ed, dead. Ed, dread. Instead, instead. Heaven, heaven. Breakfast, breakfast. TH has two sounds. We're going to use the second sound of th, and ER says weather, feather. There are some words that can be read with both the long E and the short E sound. You need to know the context, the meaning of the surrounding words or sentences to figure out which one makes sense. With the long E sound, this word is read, the present tense. I read every day. With the short E, we have the word read, the past tense. I read a book yesterday. This word with the long E sound is lead, to guide or be in charge of, like I lead the class to the cafeteria. With the short E sound, we have lead, which is a type of metal. Here we have with the long E the word heal, which is a verb. Here we have health with the short E sound, which is a related word to heal, but it's the noun form. There are three main words where EA has the long A sound. Besides these three words, there are other words made from them based on adding prefixes and suffixes. So these words are great, break, steak. There are three important sight words that we need to cover before we move on in this program. In all three of these words, the O has the short U sound. In this word, the F is going to have a V sound. So this word is of. This word and this word both have a W sound before the O as a short U sound. So this word is one, like the number one. This E doesn't do anything in the word. So this is one, referring to the number. If you have a C followed by an E, I, or a Y, you have the soft C sound of S covered in level 3, lesson 3. So this word is once. Of, once, one, once, one, of. Let's practice with some sentences. I read, or this could be read. We will have to continue reading the sentence to figure out which pronunciation is the correct one. In the morning. OR says or. So this sentence could be I read in the morning. That makes sense. Or I read in the morning. That one also makes sense. Right here we have a V followed by an E. And this is an example of a word covered in this lesson where the E does not change the vowel to have a long sound. So this word still has a short sound. I have one kitty with black fur. UR says I have seen, EE has a long E sound, 3 deer by, Y at the end of a short word has a long I sound, the street. I have seen 3 deer by the street. Once I read, oh, that doesn't make sense. The word once means this has already happened. It's past tense. So we need read. Once I read a story that had 1 horse and 3 pigs. See level 3, lesson 10 for why this S says Z in it. The rest of this lesson is optional because it may be confusing for younger students. In order to understand the rest of this lesson, students need to know that a consonant refers to all letters except the vowels A, E, I, O, U, and Y. In these words, the EA has its most common sound of the long E. But if we add a consonant after the R, it changes the sound from ear to So this word is hear, and here we've added a consonant, so this is going to be heard. This word is P, and this word is pearl. Ear, and the name Earl. Ear and earth. Sear, that means to burn the outside of a piece of meat. And search, CH is covered in this lesson. Here we have searching because we've added the suffix ing covered in level 3, lesson 9. Ear, earn. Dear, this word dear means valuable or expensive. And dearth. Dearth means to not have enough or have a lack of something. If you need more practice before lesson 4, you can download Word Mastery for free from Don Potter's website and practice these pages. We're going to learn about the sounds of OU and OUS. Most of the time, 3 out of 4 times, OU will have the sound of ow. So if you only remember one sound, remember ow. Ow. Out. Hour. Hours. Sour. Foul. Loud. Flower. Noun. Ouch. Pouch. CH says ch most of the time, as we learned in level 2, lesson 7. Proud. Proud. SH says sh. Shout. Couch. Count. Count. About 10% of the time, OU has the long O sound of O. Most of the time, this will be before the letter L or the letter R. Ol, soul, or, pour. Old, ER says covered in this lesson. Shoulder, course, mold, or, for. Fourth. TH says and which we covered in this lesson. 14. Gourd. A gourd is a type of squash. And also the word your, although some parts of the country pronounce it slightly differently from that. About 10% of the time, OU has the long OO sound of oo, like in soup, troop, coupon. About 7% of the time, OU has the short U sound. Touch, young. NG having the sound of was covered in this lesson. Country. Y having a long E sound at the end of most words was covered in this lesson. Touching. Finally, the suffix OUS has the sound of us. If we start with the root word of fame and we add the suffix us, it becomes famous. If we start with the root word of poor and we add the suffix us, we have the word porous. There are 3 important words that you need to know where OU has a different sound. The sound of These words are could, should, and would. Notice that in all 3 words, the L's are silent. Could, should, and would. Let's practice with some sentences. I have listed the sounds in green and which lesson they are covered in down here. Have. This is a case where the E does not make the A have its long A sound. It is only there to keep the word from ending in a V. Have you seen a mouse inside? Note the silent E makes the I have its long sound. This house. Have you seen a mouse inside this house? Your dogs, sometimes S at the end of a word says Z, covered in this lesson, sit outside my house every morning. Your dogs sit outside my house every morning. If you need more practice with the sounds of OU before the next lesson, You can practice them on pages 63, 64, and 81 from Word Mastery, which you can download for free from Don Potter's website at this URL. We're going to start learning about the broad sound of A as well as the sound of A in these combinations. So A has three main sounds. The first one students learn is the short A sound, ah, ah, ah. The long A sound is A, A, A. The broad A sound is ah, ah, ah. You may notice that the broad A sound of ah basically sounds the same as the short O sound of ah. Let's practice all three sounds. Ah, A, ah. Ah, A, ah. Ah, A, ah. Now, if we have A-L-L at the end of a root word, meaning at the end of the word or at the end of a word plus some suffixes, then the A will have the broad A sound. So here we have A-L-L. There's nothing after it, so we will try the broad sound. All. All. K, all. Call. T, all. Tall. B, all. Ball. St, all. Stall. W, all. Wall. H, all. Hall. Mall. Fall. Small. Small. Here we have it at the end of a root word before the suffix ing, which we covered in this lesson. K, all. Calling. Taller. Taller. Smaller. Smaller. Caller. Caller. Now, if we have A and L before a K or an M at the end of a root word, the A will also have the broad A sound. Also, the L will be silent. So here we have A-L and then a K. So this A will have the broad sound of ah, but the L will be silent. Talk. Walk. Stock. Here we have A-L before an M. So the A will have the broad A sound of ah, and the L will be silent. Calm. Palm. Balm. Balm. CH says ch in this word, which we covered in this lesson. Ch-ok. And we can add a suffix such as S to the end of a root word, and the broad A still stays the ah sound. W-ox, walks. K-alms, calms. Notice in this word, S says Z. We covered that in level 3, lesson 10. A-L plus a consonant at the end of a root word also keeps the broad A sound. Bald, bald. Notice in this word, the L still says ul. If you have LK or LM, then the L will be silent. But L plus another consonant other than K or M will mean the L still pronounces its sound. Balding, balding. Alt, salt. Alt, halt. Calm, calm. Calms. Ch-ok, chalk. W-ok, walk. Walking, walking. There are some important exceptions where the A has the short A sound of ah instead of the long A sound of ah. Here are some of the most important exceptions. Half. Notice the L is silent in this word. Calf, calf. A calf is a baby cow. Alps. This is a mountain range in Switzerland. Owl, shall. Alp, scalp. The scalp is the top of your head where your hair grows. Let's practice some sentences. The sounds in green are listed down here with the lessons where you can review these sounds. My, Y at the end of a short word has a long I sound. Half, of, we covered the sight word of in this lesson. The wall is tall. My half of the wall is tall. Your half is short. The sight word one was covered in this lesson. One bald man is sitting near you. One bald man is sitting near you. He, if a word is short and ends in a vowel, we try the vowel's long sound first. He is missing all his hair. If you need more practice with this sound before the next lesson, you can go to Don Potter's website here and download Word Mastery for free and practice page 94. If you found this video useful, please be sure to like and subscribe. Let's learn about the sounds of PH, AY, and learn 5 important sight words. PH has the sound of f. Here's a name. Ralph. Notice the silent E, which we covered in Level 2, Lesson 5. Own, phone. Graph. Phase. This is the lesson where we learned about S having the Z sound. Morph. Sphere. Here's another name. Fill. AY has the long A sound and is generally used at the end of a word. A. Play. Day. May. Say. Play. Way. Tray. Bay. Ray. Pay. Yay. Pray. Sway. Clay. Gray. Stay. The long OO sound has the sound of oo, like in the words to, do, into. Here we have the th sound of TH covered in this lesson, and together, today. Let's practice with some sentences. The sounds in green that are not new in this lesson are listed down here. Do you like to play in the sand at the beach? Do you like to play in the sand at the beach? Today I will swim. Your graph is small, but mine is big. Yours needs to be bigger. ALL, having the broad A sound of ah, was covered in Level 4, Lesson 5. if you need more practice with these sounds before you move on, you can download Word Mastery for free at this website and practice these pages. We're going to learn about the sounds of AU, AW, and the syllable LE at the end of a word. AU and AW both have the sounds of ah. We use AW at the end of a root word, or it can also be used before a K, L, or an N. We use AU within the middle of a word because English words do not end in the letter U. Let's practice these sounds. Ah, 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 ah. P, ah, pa, la, k, l, ah, claw. Saw, j, ah, jaw. Raw, d, raw, draw. Lawn, lawn. P, on, pawn. Flaw, flaw. TH has two sounds covered in this level and lesson. We will use the first sound of thaw, on, yawn, all, crawl, all, brawl. A brawl is a big fight. Awk, hawk, awk, gawk. Gawk means to stare stupidly at something. Let's practice with AU in the middle of a word. All, haul. Aunt, haunt. Alt, vault. Aunt, gaunt. Gaunt means very, very thin. Odd, fraud. Aunt, taunt. Taunt means to make fun of. In both of these words, the S is going to use its second sound of Z, covered in Level 3, Lesson 10. Oz, pause. Oz, cause. If we have a word that ends with a consonant plus an L and an E, and it's more than one syllable, we are going to divide 3 letters from the end. I cover this rule in detail in my Syllable Division Bootcamp Rule 7. So right here we have a word. It ends in a consonant plus an L and an E. So we're going to split the word right here. We're going to do the same thing. 3 letters from the end and 3 letters from the end. Now the first syllable for each of these ends in a vowel. So we will try the vowel's long sound first. Tie, may, and tay. The long I sound of I, the long A sound of A, and A again. The L and the E together are going to have the sound of ul. You might wonder, why is the E there? While the E is not making a sound, every written syllable in English must have a vowel. Since this tul sound can be made without really having a vowel sound, we just stick a silent E on the end. So again, we split 3 letters from the end. When it's a consonant and an L and an E, divide here. The first syllable ends in a vowel, so we will try the vowel's long sound. Title, title. Maple, maple. Table, table. You can learn more about this rule in the video for Rule 7 in my Syllable Division Bootcamp. Let's practice some more. These words all end in a consonant with an L and an E, so we divide 3 letters from the end. Now we're going to use the vowel's long sounds. Since the syllable ends in a vowel, we try the vowel's long sound first, And we remember from level 4, lesson 3, the EA together says E most of the time. So this long sound is going to be O. Noble, noble. Cable, cable. Eagle, eagle. Let's practice this some more. We take these words, we're going to divide 3 letters from the end. In these words, we have the vowel at the beginning of the syllable or in the middle. These words had a vowel at the end of the syllable, so we tried the vowel's long sound first. When we have a syllable starting with a vowel or with a vowel in the middle, the first vowel sound we try is the short sound. So the short A is and a. Apple, apple. Fumble, fumble. Ankle, ankle. Again, you can watch my syllable division bootcamp rule 7 for more practice with this rule. Let's divide these words 3 letters from the end. These syllables have a vowel in the middle, so we will try the vowel short sound. Short E, a. Kettle, kettle. Bottle, bottle. Dazzle, dazzle. Now, when English speakers are speaking quickly, the double T sound here often sounds more like a D. So while the word is kettle, in reality, people will generally pronounce it more like kettle, bottle. Dazzle will still retain the Z sound. We divide 3 letters from the end. We notice our vowels are in the middle of the syllable, so we try their short sound. I, I. Fiddle, fiddle. Gamble, gamble. Now, G sometimes has its soft J sound before an I, but it does not have to do that. In this case, we are going to use the hard G sound of G. Giggle, giggle. Let's practice with some sentences. For sounds that we have covered in previous lessons that you might not remember, you can look at the level and lesson. A fawn, that is a baby deer. We're going to use the second sound of TH, which is th. A fawn with a gaunt, that means very, very thin. Body, we remember a Y at the end of a word, unless it's a very short word, it usually has the long E sound. Sat on the lawn. A fawn with a gaunt body sat on the lawn. I saw a shark. AR says R. Swim. Under. We covered in this lesson. A. Remember that PH says F. Dolphin in the sea. I saw a shark swim under a dolphin in the sea. If you need more practice with these sounds before you move on, you can practice pages 94 and 95 in Word Mastery, which you can download for free at that URL. We're going to learn about the 2 sounds of OW. The first sound of OW is the long O sound. O. O. The second sound is the sound you say when you get hurt. Ow. Ow. Let's practice both sounds. Oh, ow. Oh, ow. The way I like to remember the two sounds is by the phrase slow down. The slow has the long O sound. Down has the ow sound. So let's practice some words with the long O sound of slow. Row. Mo. Let's practice the ow sound. Ow. Wow. Now. Let's practice a word that can be pronounced either way with a different meaning for each pronunciation. Bow. Bow. Let's practice words with the O of slow. Row. Sow. This word sow means to plant a seed. Low. Low. Blow. Flow. Toe. This word toe means to pull something, not the part of your body. Snow. Glow. Stow. Stow means to put something away. SH says sh, which we covered in level 2, lesson 7. Show. Grow. Crow. A crow is a type of bird. Slow. Bowl. OW does not have to come at the end of the word, but most of the time it will. Let's practice some words with the ow sound of down. Ow. How. Ow. Pow. Ow. Cow. Own. Town. Brow. Like your eyebrow. Plow. Most of the time, CH says ch. Ow. Chow. Owl. Howl. Gown. A gown is a fancy dress. Clown. Crown. Frown. ER says covered in level 2, lesson 9. Oh, this word shouldn't be here. This should be in the long O sound. So let's try the long O sound. Owner. Tower. Power. There is no rule to know whether to try the O sound of slow or the ow sound of down. So if you come across a word and from the context you don't know which word it might be, try pronouncing it both ways. I usually do the O then the ow sound because I remember the phrase slow down, although the ow sound is actually a little more common. These are nonsense words that I just made up for practice. We will pronounce them both ways. SH says sh and CH says ch most of the time. Sh, own, shown, shown. Trow. Yo, yow. Again, these are made-up words just to help us practice pronouncing words with both sounds, and we can see which word is the correct word. Dow. Drow. Jow. Jow. If you need more practice with these sounds, you can download Word Mastery for free at this website and practice pages 63 and 64. If you found this video useful, be sure to like and subscribe and share it with your friends. We're going to learn about the sound of OY and OI. Both of these say oi. oi, 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 oi. OY can be used at the end of a word, but OI cannot because English words do not end with the letter I. Let's practice some words. T, oi, toy. B, oi, boy. Soy. P, loy, ploy. B, oil, boil. K, oil, coil. K, oin, coin. V, oid, void. Remember that at the end of a word that isn't short, Y usually has a long E sound. We covered this in Level 3, Lesson 2. Oily, oily. Enjoy, enjoy. Troy, Troy. Loyal, loyal. Now, this A looks like it would have a short A sound of owl, but often when AL is at the end of an English word, it becomes a muffled schwa sound more like So this could be pronounced loyal, but in reality, it sounds more like loyal, loyal. The same applies to this word, royal. Oil, spoil. Oil, broil. Now, don't get tricked here. Here we have an OI, but we have the suffix ing, which we covered in Level 3, Lesson 9. So this is going to be ing, and this O will have its long sound of O. So go, going, going. We're going to learn about the sounds of OO. OO has two main sounds. The long sound is oo, oo, oo. The short sound is uh. Let's try both sounds together. Ooh, The way I remember this is think of the moon reading a book. We do the long sound first because it is slightly more common than the short sound. Ooh, The moon is reading a book. Ooh, Ooh, Unfortunately, there's no way to tell if the sound is going to be long or short in a word, so try both pronunciations and see which one gives you a word you recognize. All of these words are going to use the long sound, like in the word moon. Zoo, too. This word too means also or very, like when you have too much of something. Soon, food. In this word, CH will use its second sound of k. We covered that in Level 2, Lesson 7. Ool, school. Ool, pool. Oot, boot. Oop, hoop. Loot, oof, roof. Zoom. In these words, we are going to use the short sound, which is the sound of like in book, book. Look, took, cook. SH says sh, covered in this level and lesson. Shook. Stood. Wool. Foot. Hoof. A hoof is the hard part under the foot of some animals. Wood. Good. Woof. There are a few words where OO has the long O sound. However, this is not very common. Or door. Floor, floor. P or pour. This CH will say ch. Brooch, brooch. Like I said, the long O sound is not common, and this list is most of the words that a beginning reader might ever encounter. If you need more practice with the OO sound before you move on to level 5, you can practice pages 80 to 82 in Word Mastery, which you can download for free at this website.